Hello there and welcome to today's 2-Minute Ministries, and today I wanted to talk about legacy and the kind of people that we are and how we are thought of when we leave a team or when we leave an organisation, or actually even sometimes in our lives when we actually pass from this earth. Legacy is so important. Actually, the way that we act is very much directly linked to the way that we will be remembered. And I wanted to actually spend a little bit of time giving a bit of a personal tribute to somebody who has recently passed away, and in the Salvation Army where I go, called Promoted to Glory and actually gone to heaven. And that was an individual called Bandmaster James Williams. He was a guardsman, he was a bandsman of a fantastic band at Enfield, and he was a man who was quite bold and quite direct, and when you first got to know him, it was very possible to be quite intimidated actually by Jim. He was just a tremendously strong disciplinarian. However, the thing about him was that he stood for discipline that meant something, and it was never about him. It was always about teaching the people that were under his control, about bringing their A game, about bringing the best, and he demanded high standards, and that was exactly what he got because he set a very high bar. The other thing about it that was really important, that he was consistent to it himself. He always delivered high standards himself. I don't think I ever saw him in his entire life be anything other than immaculately turned out. His shoes were always gleaming, his trousers always had an absolute razor sharp crease in them, and Jim was just a living personification of a guardsman who carried that on into his life, demanded high levels of everything really from all of us, and he got that. But he yet again gave us another piece of message in that the way that he acted, because it was about prioritization. It was about caring about what he did, caring about what we did, and actually making sure that we made time in the week to think about what we were doing, to prepare ourselves, to make sure uniforms were tidy, to make sure that we were presented properly. And these things transcended the whole being that he had. The other thing that I loved about working with Jim and knowing Jim well over many years was actually about the fact that you could have the difficult conversations with him, and he would always patiently listen and explain his position. And I never saw him once lose his control, lose his anger and get cross with people in a way that was temper driven. I saw him take some strong positions, and he was just a brilliant leader. And it's testament to the fact that if you went out on Facebook at the moment and looked around some of the commentary around this particular individual, there is nobody who says anything other than the highest regard for him. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people just saying what a fantastic job this man did. And I truly give strong tribute to the life and works of Bandmaster James Williams. Just quite inspirational. Bringing that back to our own world though, in terms of how we look after our own teams. In a space of 4 or 5 years, people get an absolute feel for you as a person. Are you demonstrating all of the things that we've talked about before, about a passion, about a commitment, about a focus, about helping people grow, all of these fantastic things? You'll be known by those activities in a very, very short space of time. When you change your organisation, how will people remember you? And what impact and what imprint will you leave on the lives of the teams? This is what leadership is about. And I want us all over the course of the next couple of weeks to really focus on what is it that we are doing to and with people. How will we be remembered in the short term and the longer term? And what do we need to do to, just having had that moment of introspection, what do we need to do to get ourselves just absolutely back in the right place about where we are with leadership? Hope you enjoyed the video. Look forward to seeing you all soon in a couple of weeks' time. If you could remember to share, to like and comment, that would be fantastic. And see you in 2 weeks. Take care now.